Welcome back to the official Atari Games podcast. This is Jason here, joined once again by a bunch of the Nightdive team. We have return guest Josh Dowell, game programmer on the Kex Engine Team for the Thing Remastered, because we're going to be talking a lot about the Thing Remastered. Josh, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, good to be here.
Also, we got Mark Atkinson, the original technical director of the 2002 Thing game, and he is on the programming team of the remaster. How you doing, Mark? Welcome to the show.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, awesome. There we go. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to lean into it. I'm sounding like a fool. Albert, Marin Garau.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Technical artist on the Thing Remastered. Welcome, Welcome, Albert.
Thank you. Really glad to be here.
All right, awesome. Thanks for joining. And lastly, Kevin Fox, 3D artist on the Thing Remastered. Welcome, Kevin. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. Thank you for having a reasonable name to pronounce. Kevin Fox. Straightforward, to the point.
It's pretty tough.
I don't have to put any mustard on it and offend any nations. so that's cool. All right, before we get into it, we're going to play the Thing. We're going to walk through it. We're going to hear a lot about the game with the team here. But first, got the rigmarole. First, join the Discord. All right, we've merged Atari Discord with the Atari Club Discord. Now it's all the Atari Club Discord. That link's below. Join that. Join the Nightdive Discord. They have a Discord, so that link's below as well. Join them. Show them some love. A lot of people, we know it just by seeing what people are saying on the streets, that the Thing Remastered is awesome, but that is just one of many games that they've released this year. So get in there, talk about your favorite Nightdive stuff, and show some love there. Speaking of love, review the podcast. If you're listening on iTunes, reviews are appreciated. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like and comment. You know, I don't know if you know this. I read all of the comments as they come in on YouTube. So yes, Jeremiah Thomas 8140, he wrote on the last episode, "It is hard for me to leave a like for somebody who disagrees, who disparages Ben Franklin's choice for the national bird." Now, I believe that was me who disparaged turkey because I believe it is an inferior bird when it comes to consumption. And yet, Jeremiah, I need to ask you, didn't you like it anyway? You liked it despite that. It was hard, but you didn't say you couldn't do it. So while it was difficult, I like to hope that you made that journey. And we thank you for that. Thanks for listening. All right. Gentlemen, we shouldn't delay. All right. This is probably the fastest we've ever jumped into gameplay, about the 3-minute mark. So let's do it. Let's start playing the Thing Remastered. So I'm going to start with a new game. And hopefully you guys can see it. We're loading. I need to start with the obvious question. Why? Why remaster the Thing? Anybody can answer this. Mark, maybe you can, or better yet, Mark, why? Maybe you could even give some background, like why the original? Why make a sequel to the Thing? If you have any insight to give us there, and then how did it come back?
Yeah, I mean, a sequel's like an obvious thing to do, whether it's a game or a movie, because firstly, you've got a lot of momentum, a lot of popularity from the first title, and you can capitalize that with a follow-up one. In a game in particular, you get to reuse a lot of the technology, which means you have certain economies. And for this in particular, and I think that's something we'll talk about, there were kind of some rough edges on the game that we wanted to fix. And actually take it to another level and have this fully dynamic infection system. That was the concept for the Thing too, that it would be much more sort of sandboxy, but still with some kind of plot line pulling you through it. So yeah, I mean that was an interesting project, but a remaster of this one is absolutely the next best thing. And we did more than a remaster. You know, anybody who thinks this is like a 4K AI upscale reskin is sorely wrong. You know, there were I think we counted like 2,000 changes to the art assets and 1,500 code changes. So, Git commits, which is not a very good metric, but it, gives you an idea of the amount of work we did on rebalancing, polishing everything, and fixing a lot of the jank. I mean, it's still a 2002 game. but it's just way better now. So
Yeah. Well, on the art side, like we're looking right now at the opening cinematic, and I can't do it right now, but I know you guys had a video that you shared internally with a bunch of us in the Greater Atari team on the differences between the cinematics between the original and this remaster. What was it like remastering? Like, how do you choose what to improve? Do you just go through everything? Like, how do you get to this point?
Maybe.
Anybody can take any question, by the way. I just don't think I have to call on you because I'm trying to play the game at the same time.
Well, I'd say this is something that was a bit on the fly. I mean, we knew what kind of assets we wanted to remaster, like the textures and models and animations, but probably the amount of remaster work it didn't need to be at a huge degree of improvement to a nowadays game level. I mean, it still looks like a PS2 revamped game, but it obviously don't hurt the eyes of the new gamers. I mean, it's obviously not looking like a next generation game, but it's pleasant to the eyes, and people used to the old game can see all the improvements, but at the same time they see it's the same game. I mean, it's what the nostalgia makes to our brains when we revisit a game 20 years later. Most times, people think, "Oh, wow, this game looks atrocious." But when you're playing this game now, most people, I'm looking at comments, they say the game looks like they thought in his head it was looking. I mean, and this is what a remaster is. It needs to be the same game, but with a faint coat of paint that makes it to the player to not be distracted, but all the low poly, the blurry textures, and everything else. And this is also applied to the playability. Of course, and as an artist, I always pay attention to the art part of the game. But in terms of playability, the programmers can tell you it's also there's been also a lot of improvements, and mostly thanks to Mark and Ron's help because they were in the original game. So, I'm talking a lot.
No, it's fine. This is great. Mark, when you kicked off the remaster or when you got involved, like, did you come at this with like a list of things? Said, man, what I really want to do is address this, and this. Like, these are things
there was definitely something in the back of everybody's mind, like things like the scripted burst outs was something a lot of people complained much more about than we ever anticipated. So there definitely was a list, and that list only got longer as we played it again and went, and that, and that, and that. and this was partly things which were just kind of a little janky in the first one. It was partly just modern sensibilities. So the aiming is probably the best example of that. You know, the aiming's like super nice, what you'd consider conventional third person aiming system now. But the aiming system that we had was this weird kind of hybrid tank controls thing with lots of heavy auto aim, especially for up and down, because you can actually move up and down with a stick for reasons I'm not quite sure about. And that just, you know, was clearly going to be like a massive improvement to what we had originally. So there was a lot of stuff like that. I mean, Ron and I came on, you know, doing some consultancy essentially, and again, being able to advise Nightdive on, like, you know, green lighting, you know, this is something which we would have fixed had we had time and therefore should be changed. Or this is something that's clearly, you know, dated and should be changed, versus this is something that's kind of part of the character of the game and should be left alone. So, but we ended up doing a lot more than that. Like, I ended up doing programming run ended up doing like actual like work on the game, because everybody was just so enthusiastic about making it as good as it could be. So everyone's like, look, I'll just do that. Let's just so we could get through this increasingly long list. I mean, we had a list of dozens of things which we wanted to improve, and we got through pretty much all of it. Maybe not every single thing, but almost. And
Yeah.
there might be some opportunity for a few more before we're done. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like kind of compare it to like art restoration, like
hmm.
kind of like you're touching it up, but you don't want to go too far, because then it's just not going to be the same game like at all. And then like keeping the jagged edges on, but not going, too crazy with like rounding everything out, making it look like a brand new game, because that's not what we're like trying to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think Alberto was mentioning it before, that you want to make it feel like it was. You want to make it look like
How you
it's
imagined
felt
it.
like. Exactly. That's always the best. That's how you know you've accomplished it. Where it's like, this is exactly the same as the thing that I remembered in more ways than one. Whether it's the thing capital T or lowercase, it's like that's nostalgia at its best.
And anytime
because,
like a new console came out, you're like, these graphics are amazing. And then you
Oh,
go
yeah.
back and look at it, you go, this is garbage. How did I ever think this was good? So you kind of recalibrate. So it's,
Yeah.
that kind of mind's eye aspect is definitely, a good way of looking at it, I think. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is my favorite though. Is the this interface is so wild. Like seeing people's bobbling heads to determine the stress meter. Like I think at this point we're in the conventional wisdom where that would be a meter these days, right? You would never rely on the shaking head of this madman, and then it's like, well, hey, don't
But
worry, I can.
it's
Oh
remarkably
no,
intuitive, It's
He's like, I'm
some
fine.
I'm
yeah.
supposed to pick up a gun. Where did it go? All right, I'll figure that out later. I'll just give him my gun for now. Oh, he's still freaking out.
My favorite thing is when they're shaking like that, and then like you walk away, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm good. Everything's fine." I'm like,
Yeah, it's
dude,
like you give this guy a gun, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey man, thanks for the gun."
Well, since
Well,
we're in her room, I guess all people already noticed that corpse is Knowles from the movie. I mean, it was a character that in the movie that simply vanished, and people thought he simply dies off screen, and we thought, hey. Here's a corpse, and that corpse doesn't look at all like any of the movie characters. So what can we do here? Let's put Knowles, and it all will make sense. I mean, I tried to make it to not look like the actor, of course, because we don't have the rights to to use his face. But of course, all the clothes and everything else match the character in the movie. So
and one of the reviews mentioned that people are picking up on these things, which is nice to see. So.
And there are a lot of Easter eggs, especially in the first two levels. And I'm sure some of them will never be discovered by anyone because they are really hidden.
this is when we start to mention the obscure ones, and then people are going, "What are they talking about?"
Yeah. But I won't tell. Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
No, you're not even gonna give one, huh?
Mm-mm.
Wow, how rude. Let's see here.
But this is for the movies fans. I mean,
Of course.
the regular player won't notice anything out of place, like a strange prop that stands out in a bad way. I mean, they are placed in specific locations, so they don't stand out, and they blend perfectly with the rest of the environment. So
I'll give one away because it's been mentioned in at least 2 YouTube reviews I've seen, which is the axe in the door, which wasn't there in the original. and it's directly from a scene from the movie where
Yeah.
there's a scene with Kurt Russell and the axes in the door where they try to break in, and that's now in the game, and it wasn't there before. This bit as well, I think there's another one around here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks awesome. And I love that attention to detail and adding more of that lore. Where's any of these things that you put in for the new game or for the remaster, are those things that you wanted to try to get into the original, but were either limited by time or tech or any other reason?
I mean, time is always a thing in game development. So yeah. But it's just, it's nice to have that opportunity to go over and see if you can tweak it out. There were quite a lot of movie references in the original one, and now there are a bunch more that we added. I mean, sometimes it's also like legibility as well. Having high-res textures and high-res meshes means you can put in things that would have just looked like crap if they were done low poly, so that would be an aspect as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's definitely noticeable. Like everything looks so clean and sharp. I mean, I'm playing this at 1080p right now, but 1080p 60, it's just running like super smooth.
I mean, it was very interesting. The performance is really good. The original engine was obviously like very optimized because it had to run on a PS2, which is basically like about half the power of an Apple Watch these days. No, I mean literally. I worked out. Yeah. So you can run it at 4K. You can run it at, I think somebody was running at 240 hertz. If you have a decent gaming GPU, it runs great on the Switch. It runs great on the Steam Deck, and that's with all the high-res textures, the high-res frame buffer, and all the lighting, the shadowing, which is all costly, and it still runs buttery smooth. So yeah. And that's a combination of the original code being pretty efficient, and obviously the Kex engine doing its stuff, plus all the work that all the dev team did to tweak it up and get the integration working. So, I mean, there's Josh. Josh hasn't said much so far, but maybe you could talk about that a bit.
Kind of. Yeah. So Kex. I guess I can talk about how Kex was integrated. I wasn't on the initial setup for the project, so I kind of missed that bit. But we took a slightly different approach for this game. Because we usually deal with game engines that are probably in the 90s. Like, there's not much to them, really. You're not going to get like all the fancy C++ container classes and all this fancy stuff you'd expect in a full-blown game engine nowadays. So for this, we selectively sort of merged the old game engine and the new game engine into this Kex fusion, I suppose. So
yeah, I mean the AI, the physics, the meshes and materials and things are all the original engine, and then the renderer, the audio, the UI. What else? The input is all in Kex, so it's kind of this interesting mashup where all the hardware interface things which have to run on the new consoles are all in Kex, and all the shadowing, the bloom, all the new special effects, and then a lot of the stuff is just left alone from the original. I think that helps with the authenticity as well, like that it is actually the original code is still what's running, and therefore a lot of it looks the same and feels the same. If you change the physics or the pathfinding or anything to a new engine, it would come out different, and it wouldn't have that same kind of authentic feel as well. So there was a practical aspect to it of it was the fastest way to get something working, but there was also like the authenticity angle as well.
Cool. Someone has to help me and point me in the direction of the extraction point here.
You got to go back to where you picked up the C4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over there. I was literally right there. Okay.
Where the red flares are.
Where
I'll go back
I'll
there.
go a long way.
the red smoke.
So as the latest game that uses the Kex engine, how has it evolved? Like, do you slowly build upon and add new toys or add new functionality, or like does it evolve, and if so, in what ways from game to game? Thinking more like from a Nightdive perspective as opposed to like specifically for the thing.
That's interesting.
Was this the first
What's
game
up?
that used normal maps in Kex?
I think it might be. I
Yeah.
think we used
that's
them in
interesting.
Turok.
I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah, we
original
might
made
have.
a big deal of normal maps, bump maps, because it was a brand new hardware feature on the NVIDIA, whatever it was, GeForce 256 or whatever it was back then, just had this dot product operation in the rasterizer. And NVIDIA came to us actually for our previous title, said, can you make this work in your game engine? And we did. And then it gives you this kind of per pixel lighting, which all the games up to that point had been completely just flat shaded, just kind of Guro shaded textures. And so this has this per pixel detail, and that was one of the characteristic parts of the look. So we obviously wanted to keep that, so yeah, they actually added that to Kex to make it look like the original thing, but at high res and all the niceties. So
Yeah, Kex kind of evolves non-linearly. We just keep using it, and it just keeps growing. We use it for a new game. Okay, we need this, this, and that, and then we add it, and then we can use it in the next
on-demand
game.
feature, yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically building up with the generations as we get to new generation games.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how the lighting was too. Like, we didn't have lookup tables, I don't think, in Kex, and then
That's
we
true, yeah.
added
The
them,
color
right?
grading. I mean, the color grading was
Yeah,
something that wasn't in the original, but Ron in particular, who'd done a lot of movie work, he was like, we need color grading so we can like set the mood on this. And we looked at how some other games had done it and basically copied that, and that got added to Kex as well. So now you can just set a little lookup table, and it will remap all the colors to make it look cool or warm. And that, again, that's been commented on quite a lot, that it helps make it look cold when you're outside and so on, because there's this kind of blue cast everything, which again is also very reminiscent of the film. The film used a lot of like heavy blue color grading and heavy red for the fire scenes and so on. So we kind of copied that as well.
Yeah, I've seen some reviews being like, why is this game so blue? And then they go and watch the thing. They're like, oh, that movie's not
Yeah,
that blue. And then they go back and they're like, oh my god, it's
no,
so blue.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything's
starting to
blue and
exactly.
sound
red.
starting to sound like Deus Ex with
This,
gold.
this leads me to one confusion I'm seeing some people has about the color grading, because they try it just outdoors and they think it's a color tint grading. But for you that you're looking at me, the color grading is set for every ambience. I mean, indoors there are a lot of different color gradings depending of the level,
Yeah,
and even in small rooms and other bigger rooms and the outdoors, and it's not always the same outdoors color grading. I mean, it's something dynamic. It's not just a color, a blue color grade applied to all the image. It's
yeah.
a per section of the game, just for the record.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of volumes that define the color grading areas, and kind of interpolates between them as you move around. And it's a full kind of 3D lookup table to remap all the colors. So
Yeah.
it's very much not just a tint. It's more
Mhm.
like how movies do it, or how modern movies do it. I'm not sure how they did it on the thing originally. They probably just used a lot of actually blue lights, or
I think they used
like a blue piece
airport
of plastic
lights.
over the camera or something. Yeah. Okay.
Something about
Yeah,
airport
this is where we
lights.
need the movie geeks to tell us exactly how they did that. But yeah.
All right, I'll get on it. I'll give him a call. I'll
Yeah.
give a call to it's John Carpenter, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have him
Yeah.
on my
Or,
phone. Well,
You don't
I'll
want
call
speed
him.
dial? Just give him a shot. You know what I'm saying?
He's in this game.
Johnny, what's that?
He's in this game.
Oh yeah.
He is,
Yeah.
yeah.
In
yeah.
level 5. Oops,
Oh,
is that a spoiler?
yeah. What's going on there? Did you guys just was he in the original version of the game?
Yes, his likeness, not his. We didn't use the voice. We had a voice actor, but his likeness is in there, and he approved it. And it's like a cameo, essentially, like a reverse
Yeah.
cameo of the director in the game. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, going back to the ambiance, I mean that's one thing that's impressive is you know, when you have the limitations back in the day of PS2, and really any of those earlier generations, I'm going to say pre PS3 or 360 era. I mean, even those eras, they kind of all fell into like, what's there's the comment about the piss filter, right? Like that always comes up when talking about that era. But you're working with so little horsepower. To your point about the Apple Watch, it's like, yeah, what can you do? And how can you maintain that ambiance? But people still, whatever was there was still awesome.
Yeah.
And then how do you maintain that while also leveraging current?
Watch out! Don't go in there.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to. I know. I got it.
There's
I thought I turned off the power.
That's a hint, right? Yeah. I mean, the PS2 is the best-selling SKU by a long way, I think. Although PC tends to catch up over time because but it was also the worst one graphically because the PS2 was the least powerful. Like the bump maps we talked about were not on the PS2. It couldn't do that. The projected texture flashlight was not on the PS2. It just had a point light. But that's the one that people kind of fondly remember because it's the one they played when they were 10 years old or whatever. So the PC version of the original actually looks closer to this. You could actually set it to like reasonably high res and it didn't look bad. But this is the dynamic lighting here and the shadows in particular make a huge difference. I mean, this room, all these icicles and things, this is all new as well. That wasn't there before. So it just, and again, that's reminiscent of the movie because if you look at the scene in the movie, like that's what it looks like. So yeah.
I think we made it messier too, right? Like a little more lived in,
yeah,
like a little more, like everything's just kind of thrown everywhere.
Yeah, that room.
More blood.
That room that Carter's next to was totally empty in the original, wasn't it? And we added tons of cool details.
It was like a storeroom, and now it matches one of the rooms in the Norwegian base, shown in the 2011 movie. I think it's based on the prequel of the movie. So.
Sure, yeah. All right.
Do you want a hint here?
Ask for a hint here. How do I turn off those? You've got
to gain trust of Carter, and you've got to let him turn on the junction box.
Oh, yeah. Thought about giving him my gun. Do I just have to give him my gun?
You can give him a gun.
I thought about it, but I kind of like having a gun when there's other guys that.
Your squad are pretty handy. They will take care of. There are some other weapons about which hopefully you can find, but yeah, you can fix the junction box now.
Sweet. Thanks for that little tip. Did you put anything in the game to make it a little bit more, any options that will make it more accessible for players who get lost, or it's still they got to figure some stuff out? Which is fine.
There's a couple of things. I mean, there's an easy mode, although people are complaining that like even on hard it's too easy. But we put like basically a story mode for anybody who was finding it too hard. The pickups flash now, which it's an option that you could switch off. But we found that people were just missing. There's like a key on a desk, which like just looks like a prop, but you have to take it, and unless you get near it and it triggers the hand icon to know it's a pickup, super easy to miss, and then you're just running around forever, like because you don't have the key to the door. So we decided to make the pickups glow, and again, you can disable that, but it's just annoying if you miss the pickup. So
yeah. Now here's the thing: will he follow me? Nope.
Well, you've lost his trust.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So you're saying I should just rely on him to shoot stuff for me?
Yeah.
You took his gun, and he doesn't trust you anymore.
Well, first of all, it was my gun, and I gave it to him as an olive branch to say, "Hey, man, all right, so now come with me."
There's a lesser used feature.
Give me the gun back now.
You have to use the CCTV terminal.
Oh, is that what I did? All right, fair enough. I'm just trying to. I'm asking for more hints just so I could get a little bit more to show a little bit more. Oh, wait, not that one. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is a little lesser used feature in the game, which is the coercion feature, which I don't really know the best place to use it in the game. But if you have a squad member that's too low trust and you can't have a way to gain their trust, you can aim a gun at them for long enough, and you'll
Do
pop
what you
up a
say,
squad
yeah.
menu and
Yeah, it's kind of the nuclear option in that it gets you out of like an otherwise stuck situation where you really need somebody to do something and you don't have any way to get a trust up. But it's kind of risky because as soon as you go out of that, then the trust plummets, and there's a payback. But it's again, because there's quite a lot of weapons and ammo around usually, so it's something you have to use very often. Maybe again in hard mode we might make that more of a thing. But
Hey, every time you say the thing, someone has to come. Someone has to count how many times we say
yeah,
the thing.
Yeah.
it's
All right, so I saw the dead guy on the CCTV. I saw another guy who's chilling.
You
Now, how do
almost
I get
got
there?
you almost got it, but you quit too soon.
Oh well, wait. So there was a way
I
to
think we
interact.
all saw it
yeah.
happen, and we were all like, "Ah."
Like I
Yeah.
zoomed in on this guy. Can I talk to him?
No,
No, look at the notice board on the other side.
Oh, the notice board.
I do
Yeah,
like him just chilling in there, though.
Oh, there we
zoom
go.
in.
we changed the color of that
Now
code
you
to
have
make it
it.
a bit more
Yeah.
obvious.
We try to
You know
make it more
what?
obvious.
I wish there was yellow paint with a bunch of arrows that pointed to that. And I
Yeah,
also hope that triggers a lot of people.
I think this is not a game you can do a podcast and play at the same time.
I
think I'm
know
doing a pretty good job so far.
You're doing
Yeah.
very well, actually. Yeah.
Like I said, I did a dry run earlier today. I was going to do more. I had too many calls, so I couldn't get as far as I wanted to. That's why when I said I'm going to get to the evac zone, that's when I stopped playing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is
So the
that's
ice
pretty
block
cool.
scene that again from the movie. So
This is the lamp McGrady leaf here.
mhm.
Now, were you guys all fans of the movie before you started working on the game?
Well, just a bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah, the real fan is Welch, who made the list for all the Easter eggs and movie references.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're fans, but there's some real super fans on the team who's like know every detail of this. So.
Are you guys going to be watching to see if people online are going to find all of the Easter eggs?
Yes.
Speed run,
Yeah.
Easter egg % run.
There is
Yeah.
one particular Easter egg I really want to see somebody find.
Oh,
It's going to be
yes,
great when it
please.
happens.
Please find it.
I have one that I want people to find, but it's in one of the later levels.
Yeah.
You always think these things are impossible, and then like it's like 48 hours, and somebody figures it out. So we'll see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what is it? James Gunn who says that there's that I just got to do this thing here. There we go. Come on, do the thing, please. See, I'm polite when I ask my squad mates, especially the ones who have the only gun to do things. I think it's James Gunn who says there's still an Easter egg in Guardians of the Galaxy that that people have yet to find.
He might just be saying that
It's
so
possible.
people watch it
He
again
does
like
seem like the
another
kind of
few
guy
hundred times.
It's
Yeah.
going to be one of those things. It's going to be one of those things. You know those Twitter accounts that post just movie frames, like every movie frame by frame for like a year. It's going to be one of those, but somebody's going to point out a single frame and go, "It's that."
Now, does this man with the gun gain trust to the point where he's like, you know what? On second thought, you take the gun. Like this. All right, stop shooting our friends. Oh, come on, shoot him.
I may be biased, but I find all the scuttlers extremely adorable.
Oh, like the things he just
Just
shot.
the way they run out, they're like, "Hey."
Oh,
he
my
just
bad.
wants to be your friend.
The bad guys.
I
But
want.
they got little faces on them too. They,
I want a keychain of one of them.
Me too, or like a plush.
Yeah,
Plush would
the
be
new
nice.
purple one.
Definitely.
That one's super cute. There wasn't a purple one in the original.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
Fire extinguisher.
puzzle.
Guess who's got a fire extinguisher?
Wow.
Or the flare. too.
Barely a
That-
puzzle.
that should solve
Introduce you to how the mechanics work. Yeah.
Wait, why can't I? How do I use this? Why can't I use this?
Select
have
it,
to,
and then whatever your secondary
which
fire
button it
button
was.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to use it as
LT.
okay.
Now that you selected it, yeah.
LT. Oh wait. Oh, I see. Okay, left trigger. Got it. Play an Xbox controller. Got it. Oh, interesting. Okay.
One thing I
Understood.
never figured out: do the torch and fire extinguisher items, do they actually have a durability?
No.
Huh.
No durability. All right.
I just find that annoying in games. Like if the flashlight runs out of batteries, it's like how is that fun?
Oh.
You know, just so yeah, it is unrealistic for 1980s technology, where you know torches had like massive sets of batteries weighing like a kilo, and they lasted 20 minutes. But for the purposes of the game, yeah, it doesn't run out. Somebody
So,
said it would
like-
be nice if you could have the torch on and also a secondary weapon. I think that's actually kind of a good point.
The Doom 3 complaint.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little annoying. So,
monsters!
ambush.
Guy with gun, shoot things with your gun that I gave you.
Yeah.
Alright.
They are very accurate. So
Oh, how rude!
they are professionals, you know.
I love this room. I love that kind of thing. It's like the Last of Us 2 scene. It's like a safe room. You go into a safe room, cool, and it's like surprise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
These
No
adorable
worries.
monsters are in this safe room. So, all been there. Let's go to this little house. I think I'm about
There
to
was
end
a
up
there was a lot of like improvements done with those scuttlers. I mean,
So you
along
need
with
to-
everything, but like it is funny with how small they are. Like if you go in and like actually look at the new models, like the new faces and stuff have like the cheekbones modeled in and like the
Mhm.
eye sockets. Like
You need to blow up those crates to get at the broken junction box.
Yeah. You'll
I gotta
need
blow up
to
which-
To the
find
left,
you
right
need
there.
to find
yeah.
a weapon somewhere.
Oh, if only. Hey, buddy.
You've got grenades.
Yeah.
You can grenade
No,
them, and
I'm taking my gun back.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'll
he's
get it back
not
in a
gonna
second.
like that.
For now, it's fine.
It's like I don't trust you anymore.
No, I just need to blow up these things. Here, you want your gun back? Go ahead. Take your gun back. Take my. Sorry, let me rephrase. Take my gun back. And
You
then
arguing
while you're
with
at
the
it,
AI in this game? Okay.
and then while we're at it, do me a solid. And oh no, I can't do that either. I guess I got to do that. Door 2 controls. Wait,
Just
yeah.
he's doing the offer icon. So if you just go to him and hit,
Right, I could
yeah.
just ask him. Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
wrench.
Mhm.
Give me that.
You're an engineer. You have one job: is fixing.
He gets
lots
the
of
gun
junction
and he
boxes.
has to fix things.
He's doing all the jobs. I feel like he should be the protagonist. I'm just
Yeah.
some guy.
The medics are pretty handy. The medics have infinite health kits, so that makes them pretty useful.
I've definitely-
I don't know whether they're keeping all that stuff,
But I've also most definitely missed some sort of other option, right? Like some other weapons that are available, right?
I think
Yeah,
I
there's a
can carry
lot
over-
of if you go
Yes.
out and explore
you
some of these
did.
levels.
You missed a couple of guns earlier. Yeah.
Right. So all my struggling and complaining about this man who keeps taking my gun, you may not have. Your mileage may vary.
This
You're
is
playing on
always the
hard
problem
mode.
with like balancing difficulty. People are like, "Oh, there's a bit too much ammo here, too many guns." It makes it too easy to get the trust up. The thing is, people miss them, and you can't just be completely screwed if you didn't get every single pickup because some of them aren't in very obvious places sometimes. So you have to put a couple of extra things around. So.
Right. And there's me who just doesn't find anything.
No.
All right. Where can I get these blood pickups, or should I stop here? Is now a good stopping point? What do you guys think?
He
Let's go and
mentioned
get the blood
it
test
in
kits.
the cutscene.
All right, let's get the blood
right?
kit.
They're
All right,
outside.
In the
they're
candles
outside.
outside. Yeah.
Did you get
here
the
we
key? There's a key, right?
Yeah, I picked up the key. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That was one of the keys that was frequently missed.
The people missed. Yeah.
Because
That
you don't
was-
even start looking at it, I don't think.
Oh no, that thing I did. All right, so I'm guessing I gotta follow these lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Other
taking the
lights.
blood kits.
To the right.
Other lights. Other lights. Oh, those lights.
That's back to the start.
Yeah.
There
These lights use the same battery technology as the flashlight. So
Yep.
yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
question it.
You know, when I went to Antarctica, they were everywhere, and they
Right.
They never.
That's
went
what
out.
I hear. Oh
Oops.
man, what is
Oh.
happening? Oh boy. Hey, guy with gun, where did you go?
Where's the guy with the
Oh
gun?
no! Did he stop falling?
You're in trouble now.
Grenades!
Yeah.
Don't blow up your guy.
Right.
Shoot him with the fire extinguisher, quick!
Oh, oh.
Boom.
that
You
kinda
got a
worked.
couple. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did the fire extinguisher work?
No.
No.
Oh, you lied to me. You lied to me. Where is my friend? Remember that time I gave you that gun? Where is it? Come back.
He must be back in the hut.
Yeah, you got to get back in the hut and follow him again. Get him to follow you.
Guy,
It's a
get away.
risk.
Get away. All right. Oh, no.
Ouch.
Oh.
Here we go. No, we're going to be all right. We got this. All right, he's dead.
Yes!
Yeah.
Pretty
So
good video
we
games.
shortened the fuse time on those grenades because it was too difficult. Like things would run past them by the time they blew up.
Bro.
So
back.
that was demonstrating exactly that improvement there. So
All right.
Has
we
he
good
lost
now?
his gun privileges? That's the question.
He really should, but he would just stand there and he'd just and he'd just like pout.
marginal on trust. So yeah, he wouldn't follow you anymore. So.
These guys are both really trustworthy, especially this medic guy who I just threw two grenades at.
Be careful
He
because
seems
you're
really
gonna
cool
freeze
with-
soon.
Oh, right. The stuff's still on
Oh,
fire.
Well, not anymore.
anymore.
Now we walk right to
Dude,
the
dummy.
fire.
I would not.
I'm
yeah.
no
trust
longer
you.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got enough health. We got enough health to make it through. And get these blood tests. Nothing else matters.
So
So-
the medic can heal the others and you, but not themselves. So
Hmm.
that's why you got to kind of be careful with them. Or occasionally you can have two, I think, but usually you only have one. So
All right, man. Take care of this thing. Yeah, the blood test is iconic. Right? That's. Oh no! This is
No.
why you can't do everything, dude. This is why you can't be the gun guy, and you can't be the.
Oh,
What is happening?
just keep running in circles
everyone
Oh,
is
no.
hurt.
until
Thank
he
you.
finishes. Nah,
I had
okay,
to
nice.
tell him to shoot
He's-
these guys for me, dude. Here, come
No,
on.
he was doing the junction box, so he was
Yeah.
busy. So,
He was way too
yeah,
absorbed in his work.
He was
man.
he was focused.
I can't even with this guy. This guy is
Okay, now do it again. Yeah.
and he wouldn't even do this if he didn't have the gun. It's,
This is actually really interesting gameplay.
Yeah.
It is
Usually
to see somebody this bad at the game trying to play.
I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
No, but this is genuinely like when I play this
This is-
level, I just
this is-
rush through it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more like
same.
a real person, to be honest, because like these YouTube reviewers, like they play games for their living, and they're like really good at it, and then they're like, "This is easy." It's like, well, it's actually not. You know, there's lots of ways that you can mess it up. You know.
This
Yes.
is the game working as intended.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the
Maybe
AI
that's what
doing
the hard
it's supposed to.
difficulty should be. One gun mode.
One cut mode.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you
just
have-
me.
you
gun.
all have to
I'm
share
trying to
one.
show as much as possible.
I think
without-
we might just put like a nightmare difficulty in, just really to shut people up. You know, just to make a really super hard mode. And
What if on Nightmare you can get infected? One hit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, where are you, buddy? Where are you? Where's my gun, man? There he is. Do the
Doing
thing.
work.
Hey, the thing. All right. Where are these blood tests? Do I even have any of these yet? Did I get any? I don't even think I picked up one.
It's not in there. That's the wrong room. So
Yeah.
it's in the
It's
one
in the
where
other room.
where you open the junction box. It's in there. So.
Was it here? No.
Yeah, it's
over
this little broken thing.
That one.
Oh, over here. Yeah, I saw this
Yeah.
thing before. I was trying to figure out how to get in here. Oh, there's
When
that.
you fix the junction box, like you've got the key to the door now. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Ah,
That's the correct. There you go.
hell yeah. Oh,
I've got a fun
It's
story to
Momo.
tell about the blood test kits.
yeah.
So-
Please do.
We had a bug that we discovered where if you loaded a saved game, some things would just fall through the world.
Oh, yeah.
And this was a problem for a while, and I made the choice to... At first, we made it so that everything that starts in the level has physics disabled on it, so it never falls. But I made the decision that we should take the risk and keep physics on. And I went through all the maps, I found everything that fell through the floor, but we got a bug report a couple days before the release, not release day, but like the final patch day, and those blood test kits fell through the floor, making the game like soft locked.
Uncompletable, yeah. The case was empty because they go to minus 1,000 meters and then they delete themselves, and you get there's a little debug message somewhere going entity destroyed itself.
That's a lot of blood to be drawn.
Oh,
I do
man.
wanna throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Go and recover your weapons.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is they drop everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get for taking my weapon.
Yeah.
How dare you? That's why you were so
That's it,
needy, because you were really the thing all along.
He was right to be cautious.
Wow.
Yes.
I think that's a great stopping point. So yeah, let me stop that, and we'll move on to the next thing. Any last things you want to say about the Thing before we go, or the Thing Remastered before we go into my really silly game?
Ouch. Well, there's absolutely so many things we've done that if I start, I never end. So just enjoy with the game.
All right.
Hey, I love working on it.
Play it.
It's
Yeah, you should play it. It's awesome. And my play, don't judge the game based on my performance, which I think we all agree was it was some interpretation of playing the game.
That was
genuine.
That was really good gameplay. Genuinely, I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, it was really interesting because
try doing a podcast at the same time as playing it, and then see how easy.
This is hard.
Yeah, seriously. You notice the first like 10 minutes or so went really smoothly because I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
There were no enemies in first level.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, there were.
All right. Well, I have this new game that I've devised called the Moby Games game.
Okay? I knew it.
You knew what? Oh, no. It's not like that. This is a new one. So I have a series of games here, and each game we're going to go around and play. And basically there's 3 rounds to potentially score. Okay. What I'm going to do, we're going to start off, and I'm going to give you the Moby score, and the year and platform it released on. Okay. That will be round 1. If nobody gets it, then we will go to round 2, where I will give you a hint that should further narrow down what this game is. And then round 3, I will give you another hint, which should hopefully make the game very obvious. Okay? Let's do a warm-up round. Okay, we're going to start with a warm-up round. So this game does not have a Moby score because it's too new. It's come out in 2024. It's on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC. And we will go in alphabetical order by first name. So Albert, you get the first guess. What do you think this game is? It's a practice round. There's no pressure. The winner of this first round of this title will go first.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
No.
What do you mean you don't hear anything? Oh, I think Albert is gone. Can you not hear us?
Oh no, that's it.
All right. Did you hear the hint?
No. I just hear your voice.
Okay. Well, then here we go. Okay, your hint again for the first round. No Moby score because it's too new. It's come out in 2024 on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC. What is the game?
That's pretty broad, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, but I will say a theme will develop. So this will be the hardest round. Any game.
2024.
PS4 version.
Oh,
so it had a PS4 version, but not an Xbox One.
Oh, no, there is an Xbox One, Series X. It literally came out on everything
so
this year.
Cross-gen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on out there. What do you think? Going to make this quick guess, or we're going to be here a while again?
Snow Bros.
Huh?
Snow Bros.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Josh.
Is it the Thing Remastered?
Yes, it is.
Come on.
All right. So that is correct. That is the first one. So my second
score, of course.
So if nobody had, so you would have gotten 3 points for that if it counted because it was the first round, you had the least to go on. It'd be 2 points if you got it in round 2, 1 point if you got it in round 3. The second round, the hint was going to be, again, very minimal help because I could not find a hint that would have made it not super obvious. So the second round, I said it's an action game. It's behind the view perspective. It's a shooter, and its interface is direct control. Don't know who that helps, but there you go. And then the final round, it was developed by Nightdive. All right, so
Hidden
Josh,
in plain sight. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready for the next one, Josh? You're going to go first. This
Cool.
is a game from 2004 that released on Xbox and PC.
Two guesses for that.
Well, you get one.
Doom 3?
Nope. Kevin, you get the
Half-Life
next
2.
guess. Nope. Mark, you got the next guess.
I have
Oh, and
no
by the
idea.
way, I need exact titles.
2000. Okay. Yeah. No idea. Sorry.
All right.
We need a better.
Albert,
It was 2004,
it was 2004.
and that's the only hint.
It's the only, for now. 2004 on Xbox and PC. Oh, I didn't say the Moby score. The Moby score is an 8.4. I will give anybody another chance. If it changed and gave you another respect, I don't think it really helps at all. Okay.
No
So I
idea.
forgot to say that. Moby score is important here. By that, I mean it's not helpful at all because
No.
I've defined it a bunch of times. Nobody knows what it means.
King Kong.
Nope. But I like the guess. All right, Josh, you're next in round 2 here. 2 points on the line. Features the voice talent of Pimp My Ride's Exhibit.
Who's that?
Who's that? He's the host of Pimp My Ride.
What's that?
He's a rapper. X to the Z. I think he said that at some point. I don't know.
Right.
Kevin knows.
I've got to pass to Kevin, I suppose, or whoever's next. Whoever's next.
Kevin will be next. Yeah, Kevin.
Is it Def Jam Fight for New York?
No.
Ah,
Mark.
I have no idea.
I guess it all
I'm trying
depends.
to think. There was something that had a sequel recently that was of a game around that time, and it had, but I can't remember the name of it now.
You'll get it when I give you the third hint.
Yeah, maybe. Is it Saints Row or something?
Nope.
No. Okay.
All right. We are in round 3. Josh, this features the voice and likeness of Vin Diesel.
oh.
Oh, wait, I didn't give Albert a guess. Sorry, Albert. Did you know what it was before?
Vin Diesel. No. King
Okay,
Kong.
good. So you didn't know. All right, so fair enough. Josh, go ahead if you have a guess. So we got Exhibit. We got Vin Diesel. It was on Xbox and PC only in 2004, and people seem to like it with an 8.4 Moby score.
Was it Chronicles of Riddick? Assault on Dark Athena?
No.
I'm so close. I don't know the name of the other one.
You are very close, but I need the exact title.
Chronicles
and if that's
of Riddick.
Your guess, well, that's your guess, man. I got to move on. Otherwise, that's not fair. Kevin.
Butcher Bay.
Full title.
That's it.
Chronicles of Riddick. Escape from Butcher Bay.
That is correct. Kevin gets 1 point. Like I said, a theme may develop. So we have the Thing Remastered and we have the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay. Those are the first 2 titles. Here we go. This next title. So Mark, you will go first on this next one. This is a title that came out in 2006 on PS2, Xbox, and PC. It has a Moby score of a 6.1, so a little bit more divisive.
No idea. Sorry,
Right.
I'm very bad at this game.
No, that's all right. It'll get easier over time. Albert.
King Kong.
No, but I like the guess. Josh.
I had a name in my head, but I lost it. It was 2006, was it?
Yeah.
On what consoles again?
PS2, Xbox, and PC. It didn't say this, but I do believe that there was a DS version of this game as well.
So many games were released then.
So many games came out in 2006, right? Like I think that was the year that the 360 and the PS3 came out.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very late in the cycle.
Oh no, the
PS2
PS3 and the
right?
Wii came out in 2006. 360 came out in 2005, of course. A year earlier, got a head start.
I would go for that other Chronicles of Riddick game. There's no way. It can't be. I know there was another one that's a bit later on, but I don't know if it was that. I'm going to just take a guess and say it's the Chronicles of Riddick Assault and... Chronicles of Riddick...
You got it. That's the name, yeah.
Assault on...
you said it before. Dark Athena?
Dark Athena, that's it. Thank you for...
Yeah, I would only help you out if it was the wrong answer, which it was. So, Kevin, you get the next guess.
2000... man, I don't know. The Suffering.
No. Underrated game, though. Really great game.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, next round. This game was published by Majesco.
I've never heard of Majesco either, I'm afraid.
They are known for their because they published the Cooking Mama games back in the day. They also published Advent Rising, I believe. They also published this game that came out in 2006.
No idea, sorry.
Actually, Majesco's biggest title, I think, was the Jillian Michaels game for Wii Fit. I mean, for the Wii Balance Board. I think they did that. All right, Albert.
I'll say so.
No, but I like the guess. Josh. The next hint will absolutely give this away.
Trying to see the connection between the Thing, the Chronicles of Riddick.
Mm-hmm.
What do they have in common?
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, movie tie-in game. God, I have no clue. I've got to pass.
All right, we can move on. Kevin. End of round 2. Last chance to get 2 points.
I'm lost. I have no idea.
All right, Mark. Here's the round 3. You play as a shark.
Oh.
I still don't know that. Clearly, that's a good clue, but yeah.
You don't want to just throw out the name of a game where you play as a shark. Could be anything. Maybe fits with a theme. No.
There was a shark game recently, but I don't know one from then.
So. Maneater is probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of.
No, that was way later. Yeah. People love that game. The Shark PG, I believe they called it. Maneater. Mm-hmm. All right. Gonna pass?
Yeah, pass.
All right. Albert.
Is there a game of Jaws?
We need a full title.
That's the hard part.
That is the hard part.
Then I'm out of ideas.
But just say something. Just string some words together.
Next.
Next. Okay. Josh.
I have no clue. What would you give? What subtitle would you give a Jaws game? Jaws the video game?
That would be a good title of a game based on Jaws, but no, that's not the name of this game. Kevin, last chance.
Jaws Unleashed.
That is correct.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Then I wasn't really close. There's a Jaws game.
But it's still anybody's game because the first round of this is all... I'll tell you what, these are going to become more known as we get into it. Okay.
Oh, I'll have to...
That's a bit of a deep cut, that one.
It is a bit of a deep cut. All right. Let's... because Mark started the last one, I don't want to put him on the spot right away. So let's start with Albert this time.
Oh.
Okay. This game is from 2009.
2009.
On Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. and it has a 6.2 rating on Moby score. Moby score is 6. Mark, do you know this now? If you were to guess, are you mad that I've skipped you?
No.
All right, we'll let the maybe
I'm
what these guys will say.
permanent pass. I'm afraid I'm really bad at this.
No. You're doing great. You're doing. Let me tell you what. You are tied for second place right now.
On 0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2009.
Mm-hmm. Again, when we recap the answers we've had so far, we have The Thing Remastered, we have Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, we have Jaws Unleashed, and now we have this game from 2009 with a 6.2.
No. So was way before 2009, I think. So I have no idea.
You don't want to throw out a guess?
No. Next.
Wow. Okay. Josh, you want to take a guess?
2009. It's gonna be a movie tie-in. 6.1.
6.2.
6.2.
Oh.
Yeah. Jaws Unleashed had a 6.1. This one people like substantially more.
Cult classic then. Okay.
Yeah. They say that 0.1 over that. People don't really start paying attention to your game until it's over 6.2 or 6.2 rather. That's what they say. Moby score specifically.
No clue. No idea.
Okay. I'm going to take a guess. All right. Kevin?
Is it X-Men Origins Wolverine?
No.
That would have been crazy though if it was.
That would have been crazy if it was. Mark, is that the single game that has the largest disparity between quality of movie and quality of game?
I think so.
Okay. It's got to be that or X versus Sever on the Game Boy Advance. It's one of those. Mark, want to take a guess?
I don't know. What other movies have been games? I don't know. Batman. There was a Batman game around that time, I think.
Probably.
But I don't know what. Even if that was correct, I don't know the full title.
They came out with those all the time, but not. This is not
Lego
that one.
Batman. There you go.
Hey, I like the guess. Here we go. This is round 2. Albert.
Okay.
The publishing rights to this is quoted from Moby Games, by the way, in their trivia section. The publishing rights to the game were originally held by Brash Entertainment before it went out of business at the end of 2008. Konami acquired the rights and introduced a slight change based on the gameplay and atmosphere of the Silent Hill games.
Oh, so it has some Silent Hill vibe. So it can't be a hero movie.
No, it's probably not Batman if it's taking hints from Silent Hill. Although the Batman is quite atmospheric and vibey. If that's a
Batman in Silent Hill.
Sounds like a good idea. Somebody do we just manifest that?
No, I'll pass.
You're gonna pass. Okay, Josh.
I'm clueless.
Man. I thought by this point you'd start getting some guesses that were.
I'm not a movie person, and I'm not a.
Okay. It's all right. By the time you get to the end of this, but round 3 we'll give it away for sure.
I have no clue. I'm gonna have to pass this one.
All right. Okay. Kevin, got a guess?
Alone in the Dark?
Nope. I'll give this as a point. Alone in the Dark came before any of the movies. The game is one of the oldest survival horror games ever. It's not like the original survival horror. So all of it. So I'll just say that and why that is not the case here. Mark, got another guess?
Nope.
All right. Albert, this is where you're going to kick yourself. Round 3. The villain mastermind is often represented by a menacing-looking puppet.
So,
That is correct.
finally.
You had it. You said it, and you didn't say it's so. I can't believe it. This is not the first time that's happened. There was a hilarious moment with Devil May Cry in the last episode. All right, next round. Josh, this was released in 2019 on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and has a 6.6 Moby score. Recent one. What could this be? We've had The Thing Remastered, Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, Jaws Unleashed, and Saw. If you get this right, you take the lead.
I'm trying to think of the connection.
If only. If only you could figure out.
I'm drawing a blank.
What do all of these? Why drawing a blank? You gonna pass? You're not gonna say anything? Like, just all these games have something in common.
They do. I don't.
Well,
Yeah, I guess
they're
I'll
all
pass.
kind of horror movies, right? So,
Kevin?
Is it Ghostbusters?
Nope. Good guess though.
not smart
Mark?
enough. I had no idea. Again, I'm trying to think of other kind of horror movie tie-ins, but
Well, you could say the name of one, and then.
yeah, I can't think of any.
Oh man.
I mean, that's a bit more recent at least, so slightly more chance. But yeah, don't know.
For the pass.
Pass.
All right. Albert.
I'll need another hint.
Well, you're not going to get one until the next round, so.
Yeah.
No guess?
2019. Ostras. I don't know. Some Spider-Man movie. Game.
I guess, would that have been Amazing Spider-Man? No, Tom Holland was in the role at that point.
No, there's like one Spider-Man game every 2 years, so.
That's a good point. All right, well, it's not a Spider-Man game. Let's move on. Josh, here's your next hint and your chance to tie up Kevin. Developed by Bloober Team.
Bluebird.
What game was developed by Bloober Team?
There's some neurons firing in my head.
The neurons are firing. Huh.
What were they doing?
What was Bloober up to in 2019?
What were they doing?
What were they doing? Was it The Observer? No, that was their first game, and that came out, who knows how. It feels like that thing's been on every single platform since it's come out.
Hey, they had to pay for Rutger Hauer.
Was it him that was in it? I thought it was, oh. Yeah, there's some celebrity voice in there. Yeah. Never played it. Here it's good.
I should know this.
Yeah. Wow, look at it.
But they haven't done any movie tie-in games, have they?
Have they? I wonder.
For some reason, I'm associating them with those make your own choice movie-like games, but they didn't make those. That was a different company.
Are you thinking of Telltale? Telltale games?
I think
not to be confused with Traveler Tale that made all the Lego games.
That's the company I was getting confused with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not them.
Bloober Team is off my radar before the Silent Hill remake. Then
why don't you say that? You could say Silent Hill 2. Could be that.
I'll say Silent Hill 2 remake, even though it came out in 2024. There we go.
That's wrong. Kevin.
I can't think of a single movie tie-in that I'm gonna say The Medium.
Nope, no, that was not based on a movie. Mark,
Pass.
pass.
I thought I
Albert,
knew like a little bit about games, but I knew nothing compared to, well, you in particular, Jason. You seem to have this encyclopedic knowledge of like every obscure game ever going back the last 20 years. That's like, I don't know if that's really impressive or what that is.
it could be
Yeah.
impressive, sad, whatever adjective you want.
It's
YouTube comments,
amazing.
hit me with the adjectives.
Yeah, it's not because obviously you've looked these up, right? But even when we mention something, you're like, oh, like you know all these other
I
weird
know.
titles as well. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Of all the gifts I could have, this is not the one I would ask for. Albert.
The bad thing of this is the game's year doesn't help because the movie could have been released at any time, like the Jaws one. So
That's
I don't
true.
know. I'll say Friday the 13th,
Nope,
but
but I like the guess.
I think it's not Bluebird Team.
Okay, this is one where I feel like this should give it away. And you guys obviously know the theme. So even if you don't know the game, you could even guess on what this could possibly be based on the theme. Josh, here's the last hint. Takes place in the woods, probably. I put in parenthesis. I've never actually played this game, but I assume it takes place in the woods. Yeah, like that, Kevin gets it.
I played this.
I can't skip this one.
Now, did you know it was developed by Bloober Team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a round ago.
In the Woods, Bloober Team, 2019. In the Woods, probably.
Probably. I think it was in the woods. Kevin, was it in the woods? Yeah, it was in the woods. He's nodding. We're getting a nod. It was confirmed. This is in the woods. I'll delete the probably.
Okay,
it was definitely in the woods. Source by Kevin, who knows the answer and will definitely get 1 point if you don't get this. Well, think horror. What's in the woods?
I'm not a movie person.
Yeah, right? That makes it harder, doesn't it?
We have some questions about like C++ or data structures or something. We might do a bit better.
That's more down my alley.
That doesn't seem like.
Then
I
I'm
like to give the audience a chance to maybe they would be like shouting guesses and things like that, giving them.
There is somebody screaming at me right now.
Oh, many people, I hope.
For some reason, when I think of Horror Game in the Forest, I think of what was that thing called?
What was it called?
What was it
The
called?
Forest?
That's what I was thinking of, but it's wrong. I'm clueless. I'm going to have to give the win to Kevin.
Kevin, what is it?
It's the Blair Witch.
That's correct. It's Blair Witch.
I wouldn't even thought of that.
We're going to do this round here. Mark's going to go first. If no. this one's
the thing is, I was thinking Blair Witch. I was like, it was like I should have said it. I should have blurted it out, even though it wasn't my turn. So
yeah, all right.
Could have had a bonus 1 point or something.
Let's do this, Mark. This is the last round. If you get it right, you tie for first. This game came out in 2002 on the PS2, Xbox, and PC. It has a Moby score of 7.5.
The Thing.
That is correct. The second hint was in the German version, almost all blood effects were removed. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, the blood had to be green for German and Japanese versions because they had strict censorship laws at that time. I think that's been relaxed now, but yeah, that was a thing. Couldn't have red blood.
Yeah, and then the last hint was a sequel to a film with the same title. Now, I did have another one, but for the sake of time, I decided to put the kibosh on it, just because I want to be respectful of your guys' time. And I don't know who would have ever gotten this, but I'm just going to read the hints, and if you guys just know it, just yell it out. So this has a 6.2 on Moby score. It came out in 2003 on PS2 and Xbox. Okay. The game, this second hint, there's no way it would help anybody. The game uses a modified state of emergency engine. So think about crowd sizes. Oh, Kevin, think you know? Kevin's good at this. I like
It's
this.
oh my god.
So the problem is with this one is I get picky with full titles because when I give the third hint, where I'm going to say the first two words and you're going to be like, you're going to know it, at least part of it. Bruce Campbell lends his voice to his character for the game as well as helping THQ and Viz
Evil Dead
Entertainment.
Hail to the King.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Evil Dead Hail to the King?
No. It is an Evil Dead game.
Oh, no. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is an Evil Dead game.
Evil Dead we got, yeah, but what's the exact title? Yeah.
I know the game, but I don't know the whole title.
It is Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick.
Yes.
Yeah, we would have been here all night if I had proceeded with that round.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for entertaining my silly game. There are two winners this time. So, Kevin and Mark, congratulations. You win.
That is the most unlikely one ever.
Inner satisfaction. What are you going to do? Well, thank you again.
Do you know, giving somebody their own game is kind of like cheating, though, right? I don't think I can really take those points. That seems like a ringer at that point.
Too bad. I've already broken the trophy in half, and your half is on the way. It's in the mail. So
thank you.
There you go. Do with it.
I should look forward to it.
Yep. All right. Let's go. Mark is co-champion, and just it's the original tech director and all that stuff, and having the most thing experience. I will let you start as we wrap up, and I'll just say, first, thanks again for joining. And is there anywhere people can find you if they want to find you on the socials or anything like that?
I mean, I'm on Reddit a bit. We've been monitoring the Thing Remastered channel on the Nightdive Discord, looking for feedback and helping people who get stuck, and people are reporting bugs there. So that's probably the best place. So.
Cool. All right, Kevin, thank you for joining. Anywhere people can find you on the socials?
Not. Nah, I hang out on the Nightdive Discord some.
There you go.
And
get on those Discords.
Like
say
to
hello
see
to
what people are saying and talk to the community some.
All right, very cool. Albert.
Well, I actually only have Instagram, so I guess people can find me there with my name, Albert Marin Garau. Simple as that. And in the Discords as well. Well, I have a X account, but it's of my old Resident Evil 4 HD project. So I guess they also can find me there. And that's it.
Cool. How did I do with the pronunciation of your name throughout the whole podcast? I felt like I kept changing it the entire time.
No problem.
All right. Josh, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope I didn't scare you the first time.
No, it was great fun. Good question. What am I on these days?
Find them on the streets.
Find me on the streets, wandering the streets. I hang out in the Nightdive Discord, the public Discord. You can find me there. My handle's Slarty Barty. If you Google that, it'll show up.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Someone wanted to know earlier if that was a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thanks again for joining me. And excellent work on the game. It is truly a great remaster, as always, as to be expected with Nightdive. But seeing the advancements, seeing the reception to the game has just been incredible. So congrats on not just the quality of the release, but also the success of the title. It's well earned. A perfect cap to the end of the year. So check that out. All the links are below. If you haven't checked out the game yet, you can wish list it, pre-order, buy it. Usually I throw all this stuff to games to buy and all that stuff below early on, but I just couldn't wait to jump in and play the game and talk to it with you guys. So that's why I kind of jumped to the chase. But yeah, thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one, and take it easy.